Yes, guys, welcome back to another episode of the Daily Dose podcast. This is the first episode that we're recording in over 3 months, and we have yet another very special guest on the show today. This guy has been around for a very long time, not just on the battle rap scene, but on the music circuit as well. He's heavily involved in the No Coast team over in the States right now. Breakneck, what's good, man?
Yo, what's good, man? How you doing?
I'm very well, man. How are you? How are you keeping over there in these strange times?
Yeah, man. I'm still at work and everything. I'm not at work currently, but I'm still at work. You know, we're just doing the quarantine thing as best we can, wearing our masks, trying to get through these weird ass times, man.
Yeah,
Doing our
absolutely.
best.
Yeah, I know the feeling, man. But good to hear that you're still working at least. That's good news. But fingers crossed things get a little bit more back to normal soon. But
Yeah.
I mean, in terms of yourself, just before we start to touch on like the battle rap side of things, like you are very shortly releasing a new album, which is going to be called Balance. Is that correct?
I think December 8th, I believe, is the date that it's going to come out. It's either the 7th or 8th, whatever the Tuesday of that week is. I think it's December 8th.
Okay, nice. And how long have you been working on the new album for then?
Years, but I actually got in the studio and started really hammering it out like 9 months ago, maybe 10 months ago.
Okay,
Something like that.
nice, man. And so with yourself, there's I was looking through sort of your history on the website, and you've got your list of shows that you've done down the years is huge. Like it's a really extensive list. With the new album, is that going to cause problems for you, do you think, like not being able to do shows and stuff like that?
Well, first of all, thanks for checking out the site. That history section that I have on there, that's like, I've never really seen any other artists that do that. I've always just wanted to catalog basically everything I do. So that's why I have that list of all those shows. And yeah, it's a lot. I've done a lot of live shows, and the last couple of years though, I've been a little bit more busy with other stuff. So I've still done a decent number, but I haven't done that many lately. So this pandemic hasn't hit me that bad because I wasn't super active. I was still making music, but I hadn't been playing many shows the last 2 years. Just other life things I'm busy with and battle rap stuff. So I did slow down a little bit. I'm going to hit the road hard again when the album comes out. Well, when the pandemic subsides and the album is out. So hopefully in the spring or summer, maybe.
Sure.
I hope.
Okay, nice, man. And like there's some huge like names and stuff on the list of shows that you've done. So you've done shows for Stones Throw Records and stuff like that. Is that correct?
Oh yeah, with some of their artists and stuff, definitely. Yeah, I've done well. Like, all right, so check it out. Like, when I was living in Wisconsin, I was living in like a college town that had a pretty decent music scene, but I was able to like work my way up to be one of the prominent members of it. So basically, every time there would be like big name acts coming through or like huge shows coming through, usually I was one of the first people they would ask. So like I got to do a lot of really cool stuff, man. I was really fortunate, still am, to constantly do stuff with really cool, sometimes big name artists. You know, nothing huge, but like Tech Nine, you know, Idea and Abilities, rest in peace to Idea. You know, stuff like that, Greaves. Yeah, I don't know. Lots of different people, but those are just a few names.
That's amazing, man. No, there's some big names on that list nonetheless. Tech Nine's
Hmm.
obviously huge now. So yeah, it's some cool opportunities down the years, man. And what's like the biggest crowd that you'd say you've ever performed to then?
Um, I think it was at a music festival, which I think most people, their biggest crowd is usually a music festival. But I've never done anything extremely big. I did like definitely 5 to 700, like in that range.
Okay.
Um, that's probably the biggest. And then I've done a lot of, because I was playing, like, I've always on side stages. I've never done like the main stage at a festival where you get like the thousands of people. But
Sure.
but yeah, I think I would say 5 to 700 a few times, and then a lot of shows that were like around 200 and 300, stuff like that.
Nice. Still big
Yeah.
venues then. That's must be good fun to be fair. But I had Kelly Betts on the show actually a few months back, and he mentioned to me that he once battled, I believe it was against yourself actually in the 2-on-2, and it was
Hmm.
held at like the Rhyme Sayers Records headquarters. Um, Obviously for yourself, you're from like the Minneapolis area, so
Hmm.
have you done a lot of shows at the Rhyme Sayers headquarters and stuff like that as well?
Um, well, I think yeah, he's talking about Fifth Element, I believe. The record, it's like the Rhymesayers record store, and then they have their offices upstairs and stuff. It's a venue that I've done a handful, like I've done like a handful of shows there, not a ton, but yeah, a handful. I did a couple different battles there. I did a couple open mics there. A listening part, like had a listening party for one of my records there. So yeah, just a few things.
Nice, man. That's really cool. And like for people over here in the UK mainly, like for us, obviously America is such a big country. It's quite confusing in terms of all the different
Mhm.
scenes and stuff per state and stuff like that. But like the
Yeah.
Minneapolis hip hop scene's got to be pretty big, right? Especially with Rhyme Sayers being based there and so many artists coming out of Minneapolis and the surrounding areas. But like, is it a scene that you're still heavily involved in?
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, there's a lot of different facets to just the Minneapolis scene by itself. So I'm in like I'm not friends with, like, I don't claim to be friends with Atmosphere and all those guys. Like, I've been around them multiple times and stuff, but so I'm not in, like, I'm heavily involved in my part of the Minneapolis music scene, or like some of the other parts. But yeah, I do what I can as far as like playing shows, releasing music. I have a network of people that I do stuff with, do shows with, work with. So yeah, most of the people I work with are from Minneapolis or in this scene. So yeah, I would say I'm still pretty heavily involved. Not like I was like 5 or 6 years ago though.
Sure. No, I can appreciate that. I mean, you've got a family and stuff like that now, so I guess it's more
Hmm.
difficult to find the time. But like with your music in particular, though, the main reason I wanted to touch on the new album is for me personally, it's something that I'm looking forward to. So all your all your releases that are currently out on Spotify, so like the Transmission EP and stuff like that, it's
Hmm.
great music, man. I really enjoy it. But is there a theme or a narrative behind the new album?
First of all, I definitely appreciate that. Thank you for checking that stuff out. The new album, the theme, just kind of I mean, the name of the album is Balance, and a lot of it, I think, does kind of have the idea of like trying to find a balance, like between, especially with like the craziness that goes on the last few years, especially with like social issues, this pandemic thing, just like weird, a lot of people dying, you know what I mean? Like celebrities or like musicians dying. It's just like a lot of heavy stuff going on lately. So it's like the album is sort of supposed to be like songs that are helping me try to find a balance between that super depressing stuff that's going on over there and like my really happy life that I have. So it's like the music is kind of a balance between those two things.
Okay.
I
Nice.
think anyway. It's not like it's not like cut in stone like I thought. The name Balance came out like after I had already been working on the music. It like naturally came out. So it's not like I sat down with like a specific that as my specific idea, but that's kind of what the music turned into.
Okay, that makes sense, man. Cool. And yeah, as I said, I'm really looking forward to hearing the new project there. And moving on to like your kind of battle rap career now as such. So like you've been around for a long time. For me personally, I think I said this to Kelly Betts too. I kind of slept on No Coast for quite a long time, if I'm honest. So I only really became like a big fan of what No Coast were doing around the time that some of the British guys came over. So like Mickey Worthless, Bowski, Mackenzie, all those guys came over for one of the Snow Coast events. Beforehand, I'd kind of seen the odd battle here and there, like the G Soldier versus T-Rex battle and stuff like that. But it's been, I've kind of had to go back through the archives after fully discovering No Coast, if that makes sense. But your first battle that I was able to find was the Bone Man battle, which was back in 2011. But when was it roughly that you'd say you fully got into battle rap in that sense?
Okay, so yeah, that's the earliest battle that's still on the internet. I did a few I want to say that's like my third or fourth battle for real, but it's the first one that's on the internet. Like I did 2 Grind Time Minnesota tryouts or Grind Time North. Who know, the divisions were so complicated. It was either Grind Time North or Grind Time Minnesota. I did like some tryout battles for that. But my opponents choked in both of them, so the battles didn't come out. I have the footage, but like they never dropped. And then I did one other battle in Minnesota, and then I did that Bone Man battle. So yeah, that was 2011. I started about a year before that. So 2010, I was never into battle rap. Like I was never really into it until like later. I caught on late. 2008, 2009 is when I started watching it a lot.
So. Right. Okay. That makes sense. And yeah, so like obviously with Grind Time, there's a lot of footage missing online for similar reasons, I guess. But what was it that made you want to get involved then? And like, was there any battlers in particular that you saw that got you more heavily into battle rap?
Well, okay, so like I had always liked watching like Scribble Jam like freestyle battles in person or online, like because a lot of my friends did it, and I had been rapping since 2001, so like it was 2008 or so by the time I finally was like, oh, maybe I should I should start doing some battles. Like this is kind of fun. I always watch them anyway, so I might as well just like start doing battles. That's why I started doing it, because of my friends, basically my friends that were already doing it.
Sure, that makes sense. And I mean, No Coast is kind of the perfect place for yourself as well, in the sense of the main reason that I enjoy watching No Coast so much is mainly down to the atmosphere at the events. Like they just seem like a party with battles happening as opposed to just your regular battle event, if that makes sense. And did that play an important role in you wanting to get so involved in No Coast as a whole?
Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean, from watching it online and talking about it like on forums and stuff, this is before I had went there. I already knew that I was gonna love it before I went there. So I hit up Kelly Betts, I think, or Deadbeat, one of those guys, to try to set up a battle, because I was going on tour for my music, and I was like, oh, well, maybe we could go to Columbia and do a No Coast battle. So I hit those guys up, and we set up me versus Bone Man. So that was my first experience with No Coast, and we had a great time. We had like Diggy Splash and his band played. I played, and my friends that were touring with me, and then we did the battle. And it was like a party with battles. It was just a big party. Everyone was having fun. So yeah, it was awesome. So from that time on, I was like, I'm gonna just do as many No Coast battles as I can. It's like an 8-hour, 9-hour drive from where I live, so I couldn't do like every month back then or anything, and they were doing a lot of events, but I did the ones that I could do, and then yeah, I just always stuck with No Coast after that.
Yeah, that makes sense, man. And yeah, it's been a fun journey to watch. You've battled on kind of a number of leagues as well. So I've found a couple of battles that have been on Loudmouth battles. Is that just like a local league to yourself then?
That was like after Grind Time kind of fell apart. The same people who were doing the Grind Time Minnesota stuff, they just called it. They had a new league, and it was called Loudmouth League. So I did like 4 or 5 battles for them. I don't know how many are actually online, at least a couple, but I did a bunch of battles for them in Minnesota.
Nice, because
Good
that was
times too.
I can imagine. Yeah, that was where the 2-on-2 against Kelly Betts and Mantra was uploaded as well, which is kind of how I found that. And
Yeah.
I've not actually heard of the league before personally. I'd never seen any of their footage before that, so it was good to check those guys out. But I mean, down the years with yourselves, you've had some big opponents. It's fair to say. I mean, you battled the likes of Carter Deems, obviously Lex D, Essam. Everybody knows people like that. And have you got a personal favourite battle of yours where if someone wanted to watch you for the first time, have you got one that you'd recommend?
Actually, you kind of cut out there. What was the question?
Oh, sorry. Can you hear me okay now?
I can hear you now. Yeah.
Ah, perfect. So you've battled a lot of, big names in the scene. Like you've battled the likes of Carter Deems, Essam, everybody knows, Lex D, for example. Like for yourself, if someone hadn't seen one of your battles before, what's your favorite battle that you've been a part of personally, and what would you recommend to watch?
Okay. Well, there's a couple different ways to go about that, because like I a lot of times I feel like showing them the Carter Deems battle, because they're gonna like Carter Deems a lot too, and like we both did good, and it's a really good like battle with a lot of views and stuff. So I like to show a lot of people that, but honestly, my battle versus Orlando Coolridge probably is like my favorite performance. It was in Chicago, like it was packed. Mood Swings was hosting, like Hannibal Buress was in the building. There were all kinds of like big name rappers in the building. It was just like the environment was sick as hell. And I had a great battle versus Orlando Coolridge. So that's like my favorite personal like performance. My bars were fire and everything, but like Bangs is a good one. Like the battle versus Bangs is a cool one. Of course, Carter Deems. I liked the SM battle a lot. Everybody knows is a good one because that's a recent one. But those are kind of my top whatever 5 or whatever I just named.
That makes sense. Yeah, they're all great battles as well, to be fair. And I mean, for me personally, I'd go with the Bowski battle. I think just because it's the first time that I saw you, and just everything about the battle. Like I love the venue and stuff like that. Like I love that battle personally. It's one that I've rewatched quite a lot.
But for sure, I really like that one.
And like, who was behind getting those guys over to the States then? Because that event was held in Minneapolis. Is that correct?
Oh yeah, that was me. That whole thing was me.
Nice, man. And I'm guessing you were a big King of the Ronalds fan then.
Oh yeah, for sure, man. And like, I actually was the one who I was actually the one who started the whole like expansion of No Coast to having like different divisions and stuff. So yeah, all the Minneapolis events, a lot of the Wisconsin events, a lot of the North events, they were all stuff that I put together. And then lately Shake has started to kind of take over as I've been more busy with other stuff. But the first like 5 years of No Coast North were all events that I put together.
Nice, man. And yeah, there's some great events that have gone down over the years as well. But on the Bowski subject, like obviously there's some exciting times ahead for No Coast as a whole. They've announced 2 new divisions this year. We've got the New England division that are still managing to put out good content and have one of the biggest events of the year coming up, in all fairness, with the Family Feuds 3 event, which is going to be great. And we do have the UK division to look forward to as well. And am I right in saying that you're playing a big part in that?
Yeah, definitely. And that was something that COVID really, really hurt, because we would have had the event like September 26th, I think, is when we were going to do it. So it would have just happened like a few weeks ago. So that's a big bummer.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's going to be a special event. Like what we had booked. I think did I show you what we had booked yet?
No, I'm not sure what was booked at all, to be honest. I remember kind of trying to predict a few battles on the No Coast forum. And you replied with, "It's going to be much bigger," which was very exciting news. But
booked. I don't want to say them because we're probably yeah, that we had some crazy stuff booked, bro.
Nice. Yeah, it's good to hear, man. And yeah, you know, I'm sure there's myself included, but there's a lot of people that are still looking forward to that going down, and it'll be good to have another league over here, because I mean, I think King of the Ronalds, their output is missed. They were a very left field league over here, which we no longer have. And with the likes of Bowski and Mickey Worthless involved, I'm sure that'll happen again. But am I right in saying that we can expect to see you over here at some point with that venture then?
Yeah, definitely. I was booked on that card. Actually, I'll just say I'm gonna battle Max Sherry.
Okay, I like it.
Yeah, so that's gonna happen for sure when we have the No Coast event.
Oh, great! That's good stuff. I like that, and yeah, it's good to see Max still getting opportunities like that as well. So, yeah, I'm a big fan of that matchup.
That's gonna be fun. I'm also coming out to Rap is Full too this year, I think, or next year. I mean.
Okay, good stuff. So the February event then, is that right?
No, I'm gonna be coming out later in the year.
Okay, nice. And who, like, opponent wise then, for like the UK and Ireland, who is it that interests you in particular apart from Max Sherry?
I don't know, man. It's a tough question. There's a lot of people. Yeah, I don't know. I don't really want to say. I'm not that picky either, though. That's the thing. Like, if whoever's like booking the event, I'll like listen to their suggestions, and usually we come up with something good out of their suggestions. So like, whatever Rory thinks for like Rap is Full, we'll go with that. And Max Sherry was one that I wanted to battle, but aside from him, like, I don't know. Like, who do you think should battle? Like,
I mean, the person that springs to mind immediately would have to be Canal, I think.
okay,
And then I think you versus Pedro would be extremely entertaining as well.
okay, yeah. Canal. I mean, I guess me and Canal have talked about battling before. We're pretty good friends and stuff. That doesn't mean we won't battle, but yeah, that's a possible battle for sure. And
Nice.
Pedro would be fun. Pedro would be really fun.
I mean, what's your guys' opinion of Pedro over there? Because over in the UK, obviously, he's a huge name. Everybody loves him, and he's gone through stages where he's done like 4 battles on one card and stuff. The guy's a machine. But do you guys kind of do you get the hype with Pedro? Do you appreciate him in the same way, or is he just a bit of a novelty to you guys?
I think there's some people who like don't get it, but I think the majority of people really respect him, you know.
Nice. Yeah, it's good to hear. And yeah, I'd love to see you two battle at some point. I think that'd be great fun. And I think Pedro does work with Rap is Full quite regularly. So that may be the opponent that you end up getting offered for Rap is Full, but we'll
Hell
wait and
yeah.
see on that front. But what kind of attracted you to Rap is Full then? Is it just the opportunity to go and perform in Ireland because it's somewhere different?
Oh yeah, that for sure. But I actually I designed their logo, and like the first like 10 events or so that they did, I did the flyers for that, and like I designed their logo and all that stuff. So I'm just tight with like the staff and shit.
Okay. No, that's really cool. That's cool. I wasn't aware of that actually. That's cool.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, it'd be good to see you finally involved in terms of battling over there then, definitely. But do you have any other plans lined up for the near future in terms of battle rap events? I know that there's a No Coast North title match coming up. Is that correct?
Yeah, we got Snow Coast 6 on November 7th. There's the No Coast North title match, which is Father Focus Confucius versus Felix. And then this is a brand new announcement. I don't know if Shake's dropped it yet, but we're also doing PT versus Roe. That's the next battle that I'll announce for
Okay.
that card. So that's November 7th. At a secret location. No fans can come, of course, but we are going to stream it for free on our YouTube channel. So, yeah, November 7th, be on the lookout for Snow Coast 6. We got like 4 or 5 battles. Should be dope.
Nice. Good stuff, man. And yeah, I'm looking forward to the title match as well. It's good to see, especially for me, Father Focus Confucius getting a shot at the title. Like I think he's really evolved over the last few years, and he's becoming a bit of a problem. Actually, he's very talented.
Yeah.
But yeah, good to see Roe battling as well. I was quite heavily pushing for Roe versus Bacon, which was obviously announced on the No Coast New England Family Feuds card, but unfortunately isn't happening now. But I'm hoping to see that kind of rebooked some point in the near future. But Roe's always interesting to watch, man. I love that battle with Lex Luthor. I thought that was fantastic.
Roe is great. That was a great battle with Lex Luthor too. Yeah, I was there in person for that. That was great.
Nice. Was that a Minneapolis event then?
No, that one was Chicago. That was VDM last year, last February in Chicago.
Okay, right, that makes sense. And yeah, so with Snow Coast 6, you said that'll be live streamed on the YouTube then. Obviously, we just had the was it Arch Rivals 3 that's just gone on
Yeah.
Saturday?
Yeah, 3.
Nice, and that event went really well as well. So I'm looking forward to seeing some more live streams from No Coast there. But like, do you have any other battles booked personally then, or are you just sticking to organising events until you get the Ireland and UK battles?
I don't have any booked. I have 0 battles booked right now, but I don't know. I think I'll probably book 1 or 2 in 2021. No specific plans yet. I mean, aside from like the Rap is Full and the UK one if it happens, but I think I'll probably do 2 more other than that. So I'm not sure who or where. I'd like to do one in Minnesota, and I'd like to maybe do one in Chicago or St. Louis again. Maybe
Nice.
New England too. I don't know. I've done 2 out there already, but maybe I'm due to go out there again.
Yeah, you battled Blue out there not too long, a few years ago. Is that correct?
I did. I battled the first time I battled 2 Slick. The second time I battled Bluey. Yeah, Blue with a million E's at the end.
Yeah, that guy. That's the one. But yeah, it'd be good to see you out there again for sure. And is there anywhere left for you that you've not been yet with battle rap that you'd like to go? Like any specific cities or any specific leagues or anything like that?
I kind of want to do Canada. I kind of want to do Canada, not necessarily King of the Dot, but of course I would. I don't really have an in there though, but like I would like to do somewhere in Canada. Where else? Maybe California. I'm not gonna battle rap forever. Like I'm getting older, so I don't know if I'll be able to do all these, but I'd like to maybe do something in California. There's been talks about Seattle before, which that may or may not happen. Maybe Texas, because I have some friends down there. Yeah, I don't know. That's about it. The UK is like the number one, like wanted one for me.
Sure. No, that makes sense. And have you been out here before then, or would it be your first time overseas?
Yeah, no, I've never been out there for anything. So like not only, I mean, I always wanted to go before like I got huge into battle rap, but now that I'm into battle rap, like the UK is probably, after the United States, I'd say the UK is like the next biggest battle rap scene or whatever. So definitely wanted to get out there for a really long time. Well, I mean, unless we're counting like the Philippines and like those countries like that don't speak English, but
Yeah, sure. No, I see what you're saying, and
yeah.
no, I can appreciate that, man, and it'd be good to see you out here for sure. But like touching back on the music front then, and like shows that you've done, what would you say is like your favorite place that you visited to do a show?
Oh, maybe Denver, possibly. I mean, Denver was really fun. Kansas City was pretty fun. Yeah, Chicago is really fun, always, every time. Yeah, actually one that like, you know how you were saying earlier that like the country and the music scenes are really big and complicated. So you might not even have like heard of this place, but one kind of like unknown hidden gem in the Midwest is Omaha, Nebraska.
Okay.
That was a really fun place to play. I've been out there a few times. So yeah, those are those are the Denver, Kansas City, Omaha, Chicago, St. Louis. All of them were good, man. Everywhere I've went has been fun, though. Honestly, like I've been to so many small towns that like most people here have never even heard of, let alone you guys. But I've had fun everywhere, man, for real. But those are some of my favorites.
Nice. Yeah, Denver does get mentioned a lot. A lot of people that have done shows in Denver always say that it's really fun there. So I can understand that. But another thing that I didn't know about yourself until I checked your website recently. So you used to contribute to battlerap.com as well, is that right?
Yeah, I did.
Nice. And yeah, I read so you did a article about like the history behind 2-on-2 battles and stuff.
Yeah.
Like, how did you get involved in writing articles for them then?
I think like it sprung from, I was kind of just the guy who would feed Chris the news about No Coast. Like when we had big No Coast news that we wanted covered on the site, I would be the one that would feed him the news.
Okay.
So eventually I think he either asked me or I just said, well, I could just start like writing some of these articles and helping you guys out. And it went from there. I don't know, I maybe did like a dozen write-ups for them or so, and then it kind of all just like stopped. I don't know. It's not like even a site anymore, right? Like I don't even think it's a site anymore. But
no, I don't think it is. So from what I've seen on his Twitter, I think he works for like a big cannabis company over in Canada now. But but yeah, it was like I found some old articles that I'm pretty sure were written by yourself. So you were doing like a monthly update on battle rap music.
yeah, exactly. Like the music releases from battle rappers, kind of breaking them down.
Sure. And I think that's exactly what's needed now. I think there's so many battle rappers that make great music that I think it's quite rare that battle rap fans actually go ahead and check the music nowadays. So it was good to see that, and there was a lot of releases that you'd written about that I'd never actually listened to as well. So I'm definitely going to be checking those out soon. With battlers that make music, then like who are some of the battlers that you enjoy listening to personally? Like anyone that you listen to regularly at all?
Yeah, well, like I was saying, first, like I don't understand the battle rappers can't make good music. I've never thought that was true. I've always thought there were a lot of battlers making good music and a lot making trash, just like rappers in general. But some of the
Yeah,
ones
agreed.
some of the ones I like a lot is Illmaculate is one of my favorite rappers, period. I absolutely love Illmaculate. I love Loaded Lux. I love like Reverse Live makes awesome music, really creative. His videos are dope. Everybody Knows makes really good music. I like Lush One's music. Eddie I is insane. Lou Cipher, really good battler and an amazing musician. Yeah, those are some. A lot of my friends in No Coast that make music are dope too. Like Black Mage, this new guy who just released his first album. He's really dope. Yeah, a lot of stuff, man. I love battle rap music. I hope people keep pumping it out.
Definitely. Yeah, I completely agree, man. I've never really understood the narrative that battlers can't make music either. I'm with you there. And I mean, in recent years, it's been quite good to see, obviously, Ruin Your Day releasing these mixtapes with all battlers on there. Some might say that they might have got that idea from you guys at No Coast, because you guys did some No Coast mixtapes, right?
Yeah, we did, definitely. I doubt that they may have got the idea from us, but like I think they were doing that with Grind Time too on the West Coast. Like they had like the non-perishable mixtapes, which was mostly battle rappers. So I don't know who did it first, but I think they were right there on that wave. So yeah, we did 3 of them, I think, maybe, and we're trying to work on a new one right now. So we should have one coming out soon.
Oh, nice. Yeah, I'm looking forward to hearing the new one as well. I've not actually checked the No Coast mixtapes out yet. I do need to do that at some point in this week. But who else is on there? I'm guessing yourself is on there, Shake, people like that. But is there any kind of big features there?
Trying to think what would be like a feature. It's mostly just like the people you would guess, but there's like a indie group, the Palmer Squares, who are like kind of a decent deal in the US, that are on one of them, and like this dude Far Out from St. Louis, who's like kind of got a decent following, he's on one of them. Yeah, nothing like crazy. Just kind of the people you'd expect, to be honest.
Nice, man.
Yeah.
That's cool. And yeah, but I mean, apart from that, that's kind of all of the standard questions that I run through. I do end the show with 3 just completely random questions, to be fair, that are non-battle rap or music related, really. But
Okay.
before I do, have you got like anything else that you wanted to plug on the show at all?
Nothing that I really want to plug. I mean, we talked about Snow Coast. I guess there is a few things, to be fair. We talked about Snow Coast 6, November 7th. Stream that on youtube.com/NoCoastRaps for free. If you want to join our Patreon, that would really help us. That's how we make battles and everything we do happen, basically. So join us on patreon.com/NoCoastRaps. Get my album Balance on November 8th when it comes out. You can get physical copies in different formats. Of course, it'll be streaming and in digital, anywhere you can find it. I have a music video coming out in the next week or so. Check out that. It's called Breathe. The name of the song is called Breathe. It's from the album Balance. And yeah, that's about all I want to plug. NoCoastRaps.com, BreakneckTheMage.net. Follow me on socials and follow Daily Dose, because you probably already do if you're listening, but if you don't, you're an idiot. Follow them.
Yes, I agree with that. I like that. Thank you very much. And I'll include all of your, the link to your website and all your socials and stuff in the description to the video too. But yeah, I mean, in terms of the random questions, so I'm pretty sure I know the answer to the first one anyway, but are you a big sports fan, and do you have a favorite sports team?
Yeah, huge sports fan of basketball, football, and baseball. So my favorite teams are the Packers for football, the Green Bay Packers. The Milwaukee Bucks are my favorite basketball team, and my favorite baseball team are the Milwaukee Brewers. So all hometown Wisconsin. I'm that kind of dude, all Wisconsin teams, because that's where I was born.
Sure, that makes sense. And yeah, I mean, it's interesting to hear a lot, because I speak to obviously a lot of American battlers now, and you find often that they support sports franchises or teams that are based the other side of the country to them and have never really understood it. So it's quite good to hear that you're supporting the local teams. But I'm actually a Chicago Bears.
I've never
myself.
understood that either, man.
Yeah, it's a weird one, but yeah.
The Bears are the Packers' biggest rival, though. So
I do. Yeah, I'm aware. I don't actually hate the Packers, though, to be honest. I don't like the Cowboys, but anyone else is bearable for me. But
all right, I respect it.
But like, the second one, it's a lot more random as well, to be fair. But if you could go anywhere in the world for your next holiday or like your next trip abroad, where would be the first place you'd want to go?
Oh, I've always wanted to go to Tokyo.
Yeah, I think that's my number one too, to be fair.
I'm gonna go with Tokyo. Yeah, I was gonna say London, but like that's already been planned and is going to happen for sure. So Tokyo though is like the dream one.
Good choice. I like it. And the final question. So, if you could only eat one snack in particular for the rest of your life, what would you pick? What is the go-to snack for you?
Holy shit. Wow, one snack.
So you can go with one
Woo.
sweet and one savory.
I can do one sweet and one savory.
Yeah.
Okay, that helps a little, dude. I like candy a lot, so I'm gonna have to just pick my favorite candy, I guess, for the sweet. So let's go Twix. You
Okay.
guys have that. You have that in the UK, right?
Yeah, we
Twix.
do. Yeah.
Okay, I'll go Twix for my sweet, and savory would probably be. Let's do like some tortilla chips with salsa.
Okay. Nice, man. Good choices. I like it. Yeah, and apart from that, that's everything that I go through on the show, though, man. But again, for everyone listening, do make sure to check out Breakneck's website and the socials that will be in the link and description box below. Just another thing that I've remembered, you do actually do. So you and your son do videos as well, is that right?
Oh yeah, we didn't even talk about that, huh? But yeah, really quick, we do like action figure unboxings and like I'll unbox just cool like vintage stuff that I have. I have vintage stuff, sports cards, action figures, all kinds of crazy like 80s and 90s pop culture stuff. So yeah, we also do that on our YouTube.
Nice. Yeah, definitely go and check that out as well, guys. It's good fun. But yeah, apart from that, Breakneck, I really appreciate you taking the time to come on, man. And thanks again. And I can't wait to hear the new album, man.
All right, bro. Thank you.
Happy days.
Peace,
Take care,
everyone.
man.